good, y'all? Shaun here, and today we are going to go over the full release of Darwin Project. That's right, Darwin Project is officially out of early access, and with that comes a lot of changes and additions to the game. For those of you watching that don't know what this is all about, Darwin Project is a free-to-play 10-person battle royale game available on Steam, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Quick overview. 10 inmates enter the arena, and one additional person plays as a director. Inmates need to loot and upgrade their loadouts, keep themselves warm from the cold, and battle their opponents to be the last one standing. Directors have control over the game in many ways, such as closing zones, giving players materials, or generally giving them a hard time by dropping nukes, removing gravity, or filling a zone with lava. There's also a Twitch integration that allows a director to put these powers up for viewers to vote on. Now, this video may seem geared towards those who have played the early access version of the game, but by no means should you turn it off if you haven't. There's a lot of information here to explain what the game is and why you should be playing it. I put timestamps in the description, so it'll be easy to find what you're looking for if you don't want to watch all of it. With that said, let's get into it. All right, first off, let's talk about Darwinium. Darwinium is the new material used to unlock your abilities as well as upgrade your gear. Those familiar with the early access version of Darwin can look at this kind of like an electronic. Instead of electronics dropping, Darwinium shipments will be dropping instead. When you pick up one of the Darwinium shipments, you will be awarded with 150 Darwinium. Additionally, as you run around the map, you'll find Darwinium tanks that when hit will give you 15 Darwinium. While we're on the topic of looting, you veterans of the game will notice that leather is no longer a gatherable material. Wood is now the only material used to build all of your craftables. Your shield, a fire to warm yourself up, arrows, and whatever you've decided for your trap style. Keep in mind, you can only hold 8 arrows at a time, so use them wisely. Each tree you chop down will gain you 1 wood, but it only takes 1 quick swipe of the axe to take them down. Also, every time you kill an enemy, you'll gain some health back, as well as be able to pick up all the mats and loot that they had on them. Additional loot can come from loot chests, robotic deer, and a new addition to the game, drones. Whether you are opening a chest, looting a deer, or shooting down a drone, you will be rewarded with a free trap, tool, or consumable. The possible loot here is a glider, coffee to warm up, a speed drink, or a med kit. In some cases, you could even snag a free shield. Your toolbar can hold 4 items and 3 of each. If you find an item that you would rather have, you need to remove one of the items from your toolbar first by opening up your crafting wheel and clicking on an item to drop it before picking up the new one. Now, although you can gather traps for free from the ways that I just showed, you also have the ability to choose one trap to be your main that you can craft at any time while in the game. Just make sure to open up your crafting wheel and click customize while still in the lobby. Each trap costs just 1 wood to craft. These available traps are bear trap, pulse mine, smoke bomb, cage trap, and tripwire. All right, now let's talk about the most interesting update. The classes. There are 3 very different classes to choose from. The Jet Wings, the Grapple Gauntlet, and Headhunter Drone. Each class has 4 abilities to choose from, but only 2 can be selected per game. The Jet Wings are your super movement archer class. With these wings attached to your back, you can maneuver extremely fast and upgrade yourself to do increased arrow damage while flying. The abilities to choose from for this class are Meteor, which allows you to ground pound and blast back your opponent, Blast Off, which launches you straight up into the air, Teleport, which allows you to teleport a far distance, and Ice Bolt to instantly freeze your enemies. The gear upgrades for this class are Death from Above, which increases arrow damage when in flight, Fuel Efficiency, which makes it so flying and dashing in the air costs less fuel, and Thruster Speed, which increases your flying speed. With all these upgrades, you can easily outmaneuver your opponents in a fight and pretty much fly across the entire map without ever having to land. Now on to the Grapple Gauntlet, which is an axe-focused class with some great movement. The Grapple Gauntlet allows you to flow around the map as well as hook and smash your enemies. Upgrades allow you to grapple repeatedly as well as increase axe damage for that up-close and personal destruction. The abilities for this class are the Barrier, which surrounds you in an energy barrier for a set amount of time, protecting you from damage. Lockdown, which creates an arena around you, forcing your enemy to fight you face to face. Turret, which is a gun turret that fires endlessly at your enemy until they destroy it, and Ice Bolt, which we already talked about. The gear upgrades for this class are One in the Chamber, which increases the amount of charges you have in your gauntlet, Iron Grip, which increases your axe damage, and Heat Sinks, which cools down the time it takes to recharge your gauntlet. This class is great against anyone, especially giving you an edge against inmates with jet wings. You're able to grapple right to them and get a hit in, as long as they don't block it. You can also traverse up and over mountains, extremely long distances, and over lava. As long as you're careful. Lastly, we have the Headhunter drone class, which is great for tracking and fast looting. The Headhunter drone can be used to fetch loot for you from insane distances, as well as capture Darwinium shipments. As this is the Tracker Hunter class, the upgrades allow you to track your enemies for extended periods of time and increase your damage while doing so. The abilities to choose for this class are Radar, to track an enemy within a radius around you, Invisibility, to disappear, Turret, which we talked about before, and Shrink, which shrinks you down to a tiny size that, while making you more difficult to hit, decreases the damage you do. The gear upgrades for this class are On the Prowl, which increases your movement speed while tracking someone, No Escape, which increases the duration of your tracking, and Target Acquired, which increases bow damage on an opponent while tracked. This class does not hold up with movement like the others, but it makes up for that with the overall damage you can dish out while keeping your enemies tracked with no place to hide. Alright, that wraps it up for the Darwin Project release overview, but if you have any questions or comments, please make sure you leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Also, make sure you come on by my stream at twitch.tv/ShaunZomGaming. I am a director main, so you'll see me mostly doing that, but from time to time I will attempt to be inmate. I absolutely love doing the director on stream because it really hypes everybody up, and the viewer interaction with the extension makes it even more fun because you can literally affect the game by watching it. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, right. Now there's boom shrooms in the lobbies. All right, you're all great. Later.